Coach, the baseball regular season is wrapping up across the parking lot, but football season in full swing now at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Yellow, I go blue, lady.
LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away.
Cyrus Jones on the return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Check, cross. Check three. Switch it.
They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram, he goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield, although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence. Mark trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
This throw caught right around the 6. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
That's the way.
From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Being chased out left. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Here we go. Here we go. Pittsburgh. Go. Go. Come on.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie from UVA, Juan Thornhill. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's McCoy. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Hey, Ridley.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. And this is caught by Watkins. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. And again, it's Mahomes. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Yellow.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Ingram. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Bang, 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 bang. Check that, check that.
From the gun, Jackson. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. Everyone in this stadium knows Jackson can do that as well as any QB in the league. They talked about limiting some of his running this year, especially the design runs, but he's still going to scramble when he feels he has green in front of him. He led all quarterbacks last year, 695 yards rushing. And keep in mind, 80% of those came in the 7-game stretch when he was named starter late in the season. On first down, Ingram. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Hey, come on, now, come on. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Check 59. Look, Mike is 59. Mike is 59. It's on field. It's on field.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Yellow, yellow. Let's get that ball right here.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, Sunday, on Sunday. Hey, 4-1's Mike. Yellow. Touchdown, defense.
Now here's Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
41's the mic. 41's the mic. Check. 40.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And the pressure gets to him again. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Jackson throwing again. Throw left side complete. That's Ingram. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Again, Jackson. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And Jackson throwing once more. Buying time to his left. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
On second down and 4, Mahomes. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3.
Let's go, boy. Bring it on.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. He's going to air one out. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38.
First down, Ravens.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards, a first down. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. First and 10 at the 19. Here's Ingram. And he'll get this down only to the 18. It was Reggie Ragland who got him down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On second and 9, Jackson. Flush to his right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a third and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Got it. Check. 59. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some.
Throwing is Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check safety, check safety.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Strong work. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Mahomes now to throw. Got his man. That's Mecole Hardman, the rookie. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 43. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
15. 41, Mike.
Now it's Mahomes again. Steps away to his left. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. When plays break down, that's normally when Mahomes is at his best throwing the football, but as we saw, he can run it too. Last year, 60 carries, 272 yards, great elusiveness and speed, and the Chiefs obviously don't want him to be a running quarterback, but if he sees an angle like he did there, any opening, he has nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Mahomes going to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
15. 41, Mike. 41, Alpha.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And the kick by Butker is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Dorian O'Daniel, 3rd-round pick in 2018, made the tackle.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
We ain't giving him nothing today.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. space to maneuver at the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Jackson on first down. They go screen. This is Ingram. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
They go play action now. Jackson. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long... Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Escaping the pressure right. Letting one go deep for Roberts. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Jackson from the shotgun. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Your trip is here, baby. Your trip is here.
Thornhill on the tackle. A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Now Ingram, he's been busy today. But he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Ingram, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Ingram. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They come out here in the eye. This is 3rd and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got. They'll try and run. Ingram, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense, just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. They get out of bed.
And now look at him go. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on. Every week in practice, usually on a Friday, they go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
Here we go. You got nothing to that.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. Tried to get it to Willie Snead there, but it'll be 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
44 to Mike. 44 to Mike. Down to lose one.
Jackson to throw. Caught right side at Snead. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Check it out.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Jackson. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
One last shot for Jackson. Going for it all. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity, just unable to at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
So for the Chiefs, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.